proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP TV 16, the news station. Now, Frank Andrews, Marisa Burke, meteorologist Paul Hefner's backyard forecast, and Jay Christopher's sports. This is Newswatch 16 Midday.
Good afternoon, everyone. The Public Utility Commission got an earful today from customers of Pennsylvania Gas and Water Company. 3 busloads of PG&W customers boarded buses at 7 this morning, headed for Harrisburg to fight against the utility's 38% rate hike request.
I don't think they should raise the water rates because the water is so smelly and it's dirty, and I won't allow my family to drink it, and we're going out buying our water every week. And I don't think it's right when we have to buy our water.
We feel they need a rate cut, not an increase in rate, for the kind of monetary problem that we've had in boiling water, going out purchasing water, and whatever.
Now, the people carried signs, even jugs of water with them on the buses. They say the quality of water from PG&W is poor and are hoping the PUC would turn down the rate hike request. Now, the PUC is not expected to make a final decision until later this month, but the customers were hoping to influence the commissioners at today's meeting, and they may have done just that. Newswatch 16's Mark Davis has been in Harrisburg all morning. He was at that PUC meeting. He's on the phone now with a report on that hearing. Mark, what happened?
Frank, it looks like the 127,000 water customers of Pennsylvania Gas and Water Companies are coming out big winners this midday. The 3-member Pennsylvania Public Utility Commission has voted unanimously here in Harrisburg to reject PG&W's 38% rate hike request completely. In a non-binding preliminary vote, all 3 commissioners voiced strong oppositions to the rate hike request, which would have significantly increased water bills for customers throughout the company's water service area. About 115 local people, about 3 busloads, made the trip here this morning, complete with signs and bottles of dirty water, which they showed to the commission, showing their displeasure with the general lack of quality in water service. The people that came down to Harrisburg are elated and claiming a big victory for all water customers. So far, there's been no comment here in Harrisburg from PG&W. No one from the company attended this morning's PUC meeting. Now, we should point out strongly this vote is not a final one. That final vote comes up in about 3 weeks on April 24th. But all indications are that vote will be the same as today's, a strong no to the latest PG&W water hike request. And we'll have more on the action and local reaction to it on this apparent big victory for water consumers tonight at 6 o'clock. For now, I'm Mark Davis, Newswatch 16, reporting live from Harrisburg.
Now, another water company in this area is doing some work today to try and improve the quality of water. The Dallas Water Company in the Back Mountain area of Luzerne County is planning to do water main flushing tonight between 11 p.m. and 4 a.m. Now, the flushing could result in some dirty or cloudy water for some of you in the Back Mountain area tomorrow morning. Newswatch 16 Midday will continue in a moment with the president's battle plan against the mob and terror in flight as a bomb explodes aboard a TWA jet en route to Greece, killing 3 people. The story is next when Newswatch 16 Midday returns.
Look for the SureSave stamp of approval, and you'll find great weekly specials like these.
Sure Fine sliced white bread, 20-ounce loaves, 3 for $1. Lehigh Valley Farms ice cream, half-gallon, $1.99. Lehigh Valley Farms orange juice, half-gallon, 89 cents. And boneless chuck roast, $1.39 a pound.
When you want the very best, look for SureSave.
Look for the SureSave stamp of approval at a locally owned supermarket near you.
The moment you step inside a National Video store, it'll hit you. No one's got a bigger selection of movies, dramas, adventures, comedies, because National Video is the world's largest chain of video stores, with more locations to choose from. Come see for yourself. Things are popping at National Video.
National Video stores are in Hazleton, Scranton, Dunmore, and West Pittston.
Another sunny day today, although just a little bit cooler, but still, like you said a few minutes ago, that's still great weather for April, isn't it, Paul?
That sure is, Frank, although I was getting used to wearing short-sleeved shirts the past couple of days. It certainly was nice. Indeed, today is cooler, but lots of sunshine. It makes it feel good. Temperatures, though, are a good 15 degrees colder than they were at this time yesterday. Okay, let's check in with the weather watchers, and we'll see a little bit of a spread in temperature, but not too much of a range. First, Martin Rerig from Linport, which is in Lehigh County. He reports sunny and 60 degrees over there. Greta Miller and her students at the drill school in Danville, Montour County, 60 degrees, also sunny. And Charlene Nicholson from Greentown in Pike County, She has 58 degrees reported over there. But the backyard temperature is colder. We have readings in the low 50s. 52 degrees is our current reading, 51% our relative humidity, so a nice dry day. Thanks to a northerly wind, 17 miles per hour. And we're looking at a rising barometer at 30.07 inches. That rising barometer means high pressure is moving in. But recently it has been dry. We haven't had an appreciable rainstorm since the 19th of March. And between March 20th and April 1st, 7,000 acres has burned here in Pennsylvania, making it a very bad brush fire season. The 1985 total, by the way, was 6,500 acres, so we're certainly ahead of schedule, and that's not good for the forests here in northeastern Pennsylvania. Satellite picture shows you no rain in the forecast for a couple days to come anyway. We're looking at a big high-pressure system out to the west. We'll check that out in just a second. But a storm system brewing out across Utah has dumped a foot of snow just northeast of Salt Lake City across the mountains of Utah up into Wyoming and Colorado. Winter storm warnings and travelers advisories will be posted for western Nebraska, Kansas, as the whole winter storm moves into the Rockies. However, for us, we're looking at a jet stream that is going to continue to pull in some fair weather for the next couple of days. We'll update that satellite picture for you. Just a couple scattered clouds now across northern Pennsylvania with the border of New York. Otherwise, we're looking at some nice weather stretching back out through the west, through Michigan. Temperatures, though, are cooling off in interior sections. Morning readings were in the 40s here, 50s down to the south, 60 at Charleston, South Carolina. But look at this, 27 up there in Michigan. And tonight will be a cold night. Temperatures in some places will be dropping down into the 20s as this high-pressure system here settles southeastward. That means that the northwest wind pulling in that cold air, then getting into a return flow on Friday. Southwest winds bring in warmer temperatures and then the risk of some showers on Saturday. But this system here is going to be very slow to move in our general direction. Temperature this afternoon, 56 degrees in Equinunk. That'll make it invigorating, certainly a little bit colder than it was yesterday. Readings in the 50s across northern Pennsylvania, in the 60s elsewhere. Hughestown, 62 degrees, Llewellyn, 64, Millheim, 61. The wind will be gusting from the north at 20 miles per hour. I'll call it partly cloudy this afternoon, just a couple of cumulus clouds out there. 61 for the backyard temperature. Cooler tonight, low temperature dropping down into the mid to upper 30s, about 38 degrees. Sunshine tomorrow, 63, turning warmer on Friday, but no big dramatic warm-up. We'll be up into the upper 60s. The risk of a shower across the central counties late Friday afternoon, but most of us on Friday will see no rain, maybe a few scattered showers on Saturday, and slightly cooler. So, Frank, the good weather rolls on.
And with the risk of those brush fires, we certainly can't complain about the showers. Yeah, thanks for the information, Paul. Well, the Iron Pumpers meet this weekend at Hanover Area High School for what's called the Drug-Free Powerlift Championships. Jake Christopher explains the event next on the Sports Watch. A crackdown on drugs again in the world of sports.
It's taking place. Thanks, Frank. Hello again, everybody. In an historic move yesterday, the United States Olympic Committee announced that 38 national governing bodies of amateur sports will begin drug testing athletes. Now, more than 3,000 will be tested this year. Those athletes failing twice face suspension from up to 6 months to a lifetime ban. Now, that move, of course, designed to rid amateur sports of drug use. In a related story, powerlifters from across the United States will compete in the North American Drug-Free Championships at Hanover High School this weekend. More than 175 athletes will begin pumping iron Saturday morning in more than a dozen weight classes. Most of the contestants in the two-day event are residents of Pennsylvania who belong to the American Drug-Free Powerlifting Association. They're leading a battle against the use of drugs in sports, primarily anabolic steroids. Anabolic steroids are known to increase strength levels, but some athletes, like powerlifter John Cook of Mountaintop, say they can also cause some health problems.
The side effects are you could cause kidney damage, liver cancer, testicular atrophy, hardening of the arteries. And the last thing, hardening of the arteries, can be caused by even the smallest amounts of anabolic steroids.
Two champions will be returning this weekend. Eric Arnold of Massachusetts will defend his 242-pound title, while Mike Hall of Delaware will defend his super heavyweight crown. And a lot of attention will be focused on Mark Ketchmarsky of Swarsville. He'll compete in the 198-pound class.
Mark is 20 years old. He competed in the teenage division up until last year, and now he's starting to go into open competition. Mark is a good lifter. He's very strong for 198 pounds and his age. And in the next few years, he's probably going to be one of the top national lifters.
12 women lifters are also entered in the weekend competition at Hanover Area High School, as well as 16 lifters in the 40 years and older category. All right, that's this coming weekend at Hanover Area High School. The Boston Express rolled through Cleveland overnight, leaving the Cavaliers in the dust 123-105. It was the Celtics' 12th straight win. They now have the best record in the NBA at 62-13. Larry Bird, you'll watch here, passing inside to Bill Walton, but the shot is blocked by Big Roy Hinton. The ball then goes to Bagley to World B. Free, who pumps from side court right there for 2 points. Later, Bill Walton has the ball stolen away by Dick Menefield, and he goes in for the easy layup. Now, watch this. Bird is double-teamed, so he gives to Robert Parrish, the Chief, for 2, 123-105, Boston. Elsewhere in the NBA, Dominique Wilkins scored a game-high 33 points as Atlanta trimmed Washington 107-91. The Bullets had their fast break working early. Jeff Malone scoring after a pass from Cliff Robertson right there, but they couldn't hold on to the lead. Spud Webb, after a steal, got the ball to Wilkins again, and the Hawks lead by 2. Nice shot. Wilkins paced the Hawks with 33. Here he goes on a glide for 2. Atlanta wins it 107-91. Milwaukee captured the Central Division title overnight by beating Chicago 116-107. Second half action. Michael Jordan gave the Bulls the lead with this three-point play, and later in the fourth, Jordan showed this great move behind the back. The Bulls went up by 6, but a brilliant effort by Terry Cummings brought the Bucks back. His baseline jumper coming up brought them back to within a point. Then a key play in the game occurred when Milwaukee stole the ball, and then Sidney Moncrief was fouled at the other end of the court. And as a consequence, he sank both shots. Milwaukee wins it 116-107. And that's the Sports Watch this afternoon on Midday.
Report on the weightlifting. I'll look forward to that competition. Thank you, Jay. Stay with us for more of Newswatch 16 Midday, because in a moment, Katya heads home. And the Russian schoolgirl takes with her lots of new friends and lots of memories. The story is next when Newswatch 16 Midday returns.
My lawn's hiding from the bugs and the weeds, but Lawn Doctor will take care of them for a lot less than I expected.
Lawn Doctor, recommended by Healthy Lawns Everywhere.
And finally today, the end of a 10-day trip for Katya Lachieva. She's the 10-year-old Soviet schoolgirl who came to the United States to see what life is like here and to promote peace between the two superpowers on the children's level. As ABC's Gary Shepard reports, she's headed back to Russia with lots of new friends and lots of memories.
11-year-old Katya Lacheva wound up her peace tour of America by paying a visit to Disneyland, where she received a special welcome from Mickey Mouse himself. It was an amazingly busy 10 days for the Soviet schoolgirl. She got to try out the Soviet ambassador's chair at the United Nations, rode in a covered wagon in Houston, met Ronald McDonald in Chicago, and posed with King Kong in Hollywood. Katya also met plenty of American children, visiting their schools, exchanging gifts, and on one occasion, getting serenaded.
I know that our country has suggested that all nuclear weapons and chemical weapons, all weapons, be abolished before I grow up.
If Katya appears at ease before cameras and people, there's an explanation. She's a child actress in the Soviet Union with 5 movies already to her credit. But most of all, she's a little girl who loves puppies, especially this one, given to her as a special souvenir of her visit to America. Gary Shepard, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And once again, for the benefit of those of you that may be joining us late, here again the information on our top stories. The Public Utility Commission met in Harrisburg this morning and voted unanimously against any water rate hike request for Pennsylvania Gas and Water Company. Now, the company had requested a 38% increase for its customers in northeastern and central Pennsylvania. 127 PG&W Water Company customers boarded buses early this morning and were in that hearing room protesting any rate hike request. Now, the PUC decision is not final. A final decision will be made on April 24th, but Newswatch 16's Mark Davis, who is in Harrisburg, says it is an indication of the consensus of feeling among the PUC commissioners. Now, officers of Pennsylvania Gas and Water Company were in Harrisburg in that hearing room for the meeting. We will have a series of reports on that decision tonight at 6 on Newswatch 16. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 6:30. Remember, more on the PUC decision tonight with the team at 6. For Marisa Burke, who's on assignment in Wilkes-Barre, have a good day, everyone.